Not so long ago, we told you the story of how the Apache came to be. Remember the drama the American military had about its creation? Some claimed they needed to make a new combat helicopter from scratch, instead of trying to make do in half a year using an existing machine. Others believed they didn't need a combat helicopter at all, and could instead upgrade the Cobra to fit the requirements. Now, the most influential member of that other group was the US Marine Corps. Both the military heads and the top managers of stakeholder companies tried their best to convince the Marines, pushing one argument after another, but ended up defeated. The Marines refused to abandon either the Cobra or its sibling, the Huey. Why? Well, there were multiple reasons. One, the Cobra was a completely familiar and basically native chopper by the late 1970s. It had been thoroughly tested in Vietnam, and the pilots knew every quirk it had. The ground staff also got to know both the Cobra and the Huey really well. The long and extensive usage of these machines in an actual war helped it shed off the last teething issues it had. 2. The Marine Cobras and Hueys were based on ships and special air bases, and required special parts, consumables, and fuel logistics, which had all been practiced to perfection in major operations. Just a reminder, naval deployment is an entire science that ground-based air forces never even have to think about. Meanwhile, the Cobra had long solved all those issues by that time. After all, there was a reason for making the special Sea Cobra modification. And finally, reason number 3. So, here's the promising anti-tank missile, the Hellfire. Who said the Cobra couldn't get the hardpoints and the fire control system for those? You know, it's way cheaper to upgrade an existing heli to use them, instead of making a new one, especially since the former is almost just as good. So what was the outcome? Well, there was this official statement that the US Marine Corps' application for the new AH-64 was denied. Still, they didn't have to walk away empty-handed. In 1983, the Bell Company introduced the AH-1W Super Cobra. A bit later, they also announced a deep upgrade, the AH-1Z, with new 4-blade main and tail rotors. That machine looked like it could do anything, meaning it could do everything the Apache could, and then some more. By the way, it's important to know that Bell developed the Viper on its own initiative and using its own funds. Oh, they knew it would be a wise investment. Additionally, the Super Cobra could also be modernized in a factory environment to match the Viper's level. Well, that does it. Everybody's happy. The Marines got what they wanted, fed their feeling of uniqueness and elitism, and reinforced their fame as the troublemakers. Bell kept its order numbers up. The competition got some Apaches to make for the Army. Now, how about that endless dispute about which heli's better? A Transport Huey remake or a brand new design? Forget it. Let anyone who wants to argue keep doing so.